Afro Tales Podcast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network. Chef. Yes, Glio. Don't you love how we get to share our stories and recipes? Yes, I enjoy it greatly. Do you know what makes it possible for everyone to hear us? Yes, Glio. Our voices, obviously. True, but it's also Anchor, a hosting platform that distributes the podcast to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Oh, yes. And isn't everything needed to make a podcast in one place? That's correct. And the best thing of all, Chef, it's free. Free, you say? Free. And all I had to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So, you just had to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yep. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and do what we're doing now. Fantastic, Grio. Simply fantastic. I know, Chef. I know. So first things first, thank you for all the support that you have shown me in this time. This is something new in my life that I have gotten into. Doing podcasts. Doing a podcast was I never really thought about doing it. I listen to podcasts. I have some podcasts that are my favorites, and especially when it comes to any kind of folklore podcast, storytelling podcast, those are my all-time favorites, and that's probably why I do the type that I do. I want to apologize for last week's hiatus. That came unexpected. I was going through some things personally, and I just needed a break from recording for a little while. With that being said, I want to also apologize because we are getting to the climax of season 1 of AfroTales Podcast. I will be back in January with season 2, but there are some things that I want to do, some directions I want to go with the podcast, and I need a little bit of time to get those things done. I do this by myself. I'm my own editor, producer, researcher. Everything I do, I'm a one-man shop here. So it takes me a little time. I want to give you better product. I want to give you more information. I want to give you more. I don't like halfway doing anything, and sometimes I feel that that's what I am doing, and I don't like cheating you guys. You take the time to listen to it, and I want to take the time to make sure I give you good product. So I need to do some research, get a little bit better at editing, get a little bit better, maybe add some sound effects, some better music. Who knows? I want to create a website. I am not a web designer. And don't get me wrong, I have seen and heard the commercials for all the different web. I want to do some more research and create a website that you guys can go to and get more information about these stories, about the people that have written these stories, about the books that I'm getting these stories out of, and I want to be able to post links to it. I'm not going to be getting anything for it, so those are just, out of love that I'll be giving that information out. Also, I am thinking about trying to move it to YouTube and maybe allow you guys to see my face. Maybe give you guys a shot at seeing my face. I don't know yet. I am not sure about how that's going to happen. So, but I'll probably do a backlog first. Some of the first season will go on there first, and then second season come on there later. So if you listen to the podcast, you would hear the new stories, while on YouTube, they would get the old stories to begin with. But that is a couple things that I am looking to do. Also, merchandise. I'm trying not to do commercials, family. I am really trying not to do commercials. So in order to not do commercials, I have to fund this some kind of way. And I will be selling things on my coffee. I have a Teespring, which is the www.teespring.com /AfroTalesPodcast. I'm on Coffee, Ko-fi, however you want to say it, Ko-fi. There's so many different ways to pronounce it. .com, where you can donate, and also if you want to order a sticker, we have little Alfie Forrester, the mascot of AfroTales Podcast. He is a sticker now, and he is on some shirts on the Teespring, and the original logo is also on there. But I'm trying to do some things. I don't want to bring commercials, but if I cannot make the funds to support the show through the merchandise and through donations, I apologize in advance. I may have to add commercials next season. I don't want to, but I probably will, and I will definitely stop the commercials as soon as I am able to fund it through the other means. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. I will try to interact more with you guys. I am a bit of an introvert, so I will try to interact with you guys more online. I will create a Facebook group for the podcast, so that if you have book suggestions and reviews and anything you want to say to me, or if you want to yell at me and scream at me, tell me my voices are bad, tell me the stories aren't long enough, they're too short, they're too long, they're whatever, whatever you want to say, I'm a big boy, I can take it, as long as you're not just overly vulgar. Please don't be that. Other people will be on those pages and see these comments, and I doubt you want the world to see you be well, or maybe you do, because that's why you did it. I don't know. Maybe that's why you were overly vulgar on the review, so that way people can see how you can use such dirty words. I will not be doing a Patreon. I don't want to make you guys pay for it like that. I just love giving you guys the stories and the information. So, but I will do a coffee. I do have a coffee. So if you want to donate to the show, please go on Coffee and donate. Give a review. Share the stories. Share the episodes that you love the most with your friends and family and anyone you know that may want to hear my voice. Read them a story, a bedtime story. Have your kids listen to it, because that's why I made it really so that kids can listen to it. But by the analytics, it is people my age listening to the stories that we would have listened to growing up. But yeah, I'm rambling, and I don't want to ramble too long. This has been long enough. Thank you so much. I just wanted to give you this update on what's going on and what's to come next. And we have 3 more episodes, and that will be the end of season 1. And season 2 will be in January, at latest February. We will hope that January 1st will be the beginning of the new season. Okay? Again, thank you. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys don't know how much you guys mean to me just by listening to my stories. And until next time, have a beautifully great day.